In this video, we will talk about index rebalancing misconceptions. What goes on when a stock is taken out of the index? What happens to it? Is it good? Is it bad? Does the fundamentals actually change? Are they considered blue chip if they're part of the index already? That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to break all of these misconceptions. So if you want to know more, then you have to check this video out. Hey guys, so we're back again for another deep dive of investing, talking about the index, talking about rebalancing, talking about the PSEi. Everyone would always talk about when you are part of the PSEi, you are considered a blue chip company. I want to drill in further with that concept because I really believe sometimes it gets misquoted and people think a certain way because everyone thinks that way as well. Now, before I begin, this question is a bit funny, no? It was sent by Stephanie Cruz from Singapore. While I was reading it kanina, I was already laughing. Hello, Mr. Guiding Light. Can I call you that? I totally agree with the person who sent the message a few days ago. You are truly a guiding light to all of us. Because of you, sir, I have made 58% for the year in spite of the recession. I just followed your strategies from the books that you have written and analyzed my stocks at night, even if I am busy the next day. My trading plan is already set. Trading using support and resistance is amazing. Day trading, sir, is so overrated. Most of my friends here in Singapore are day trading just because they think it's cool, but they have lost more than what they have made. Anyway, sir, I'm just rambling. This message is to thank you and ask you a question, not to talk about me and my friends. There's a lot of talk about stocks getting out of the index. Why do people make such a big deal about it? I want to know your thoughts on this. Should this be part of my analysis? Thank you so much, Stephanie Cruz, Singapore. May PS pa siya. You and Erwan Yusuf are the only people I follow in YouTube. Hindi lang po kayo gwapo, gwapong guiding light pa. Pati sa comment section in the past few videos, ang dami nagko-comment ng guiding light. Again, I'll say this, no, I'm not doing this to be a guiding light. I just really want to share my ideas and my thoughts, my principles. And at the end of the day, I hope that it gives as much value to all of you. Yung Erwan Yusuf, di ko kinaya yun kasi ibang klase yung YouTube videos niya. Sobra. He's amazing. The way he does his videos are great. Yung laptop nga lang tong gamit ko. No cinematic landscape effects. But anyways, thank you, Stephanie Cruz, no. Yung iba nag-offer ng gadget, ikaw, binola mo lang ako. If you guys are like Stephanie and you guys have questions, just put them in the comment section and then we're gonna try to make videos on top of that. Or if it's a personal question, just slide them over via DM in Instagram. And if you find value from the videos that I create, appreciate it if you can like, share, subscribe to my channel, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. But before I begin also, please remember this topic, I've mentioned this a couple of times already, especially in my older videos. But if you're having a hard time knowing more about this, please just search it in the comment section, Marvin Germo, and whatever topic that you'd like to have. Marvin Germo Technical Analysis, Marvin Germo Support and Resistance. There's supposed to be videos made about that already because we have more than 1,600 videos in the channel. But for this video, para kay Stephanie Cruz na sobrang binola ako. Comment below kung naniniwala kayo binola ako ni Stephanie Cruz. Anyways, this is what we will discuss. PSEi rebalancing misconceptions. Who can be part of the index or who can be part of the PSEi? What does this mean if you are an investor? And how does this impact the stock that you are watching? Now, the PSEi, I don't know if you know this, it's normal for it to be rebalanced. It's rebalanced every 6 months. I'm gonna bust some misconceptions right here, right now. If the stock is out of the index, people always say it's a bad company. That's not true. Please remember, just because you're out of the index, it does not mean you're a bad company. Then there's another context that's also spoken that if you are in the index, you're already good. You're already a blue chip company. You're already a fundamentally sound company. That's also a misconception. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good, growing, amazing, large conglomerates with amazing dividends. They've shown stability over the past few years. They have been good to begin with, but it does not mean they were in the index because of their dividends, because of their earnings, because of their growth. It has nothing to do with it. And that's what I want to share also in a bit. Because please remember this, our index, the PSEi, is what you call a market capitalization based index. Meaning, the higher your market cap, the higher your weight and influence in the index. And that's why Ayala Corp, Ayala Land, BDO, BPI, SM Prime has a large weight in the index because their market cap is very, very high. One thing that I'll add though here, this is not a video about market cap. Now, I've had several videos about it. Please remember, part of the formula for the market cap included there is the stock price. So meaning, the stock price will push higher if more people are buying it. The stock price will push higher consistently and stay high consistently if there's context that the fundamentals of that company is good. One of the criterias of how a high market cap is given is because the price is not being pummeled down. Totoo, if the price is good, people are thinking it's good and the price discounts everything. Please remember this, it does not mean that it's in the index, automatic the company is already amazing. Now, let's drill in further. Comment below if you're learning. Comment below if this is something that's helping you. Who can be part of the index? Everything that I'm gonna share here, they're all disclosed information. You just have to go to the PSE website to be able to learn all of these things. So, I'll list everything down. Number 1, only companies with common stocks listed in the main board of the PSE for at least 6 months during the review period are eligible to be included in the PSEi. Next, they have to comply with the requirements for free float and liquidity. I'm going to talk more about that later. Foreign companies who are simultaneously listed at the PSE and in other exchanges overseas are not eligible to be part of the PSEi. Convertible preferred shares are excluded until they are converted. Exchange-traded funds or anything that has an underlying asset that represents almost the same stock. So think about it. FMETF is a stock that follows the index. It's ineligible to be included in the PSEi. So any ETFs, you just have to know that. Next, companies shall be considered ineligible for inclusion in the index due to conditions that may cause the stocks to be unavailable for trading for a significant period of time. Meaning, there's a possibility that they will be delisted soon or they're just about to be delisted. So something like that. Next, I mentioned that part of the rules, being part of the index, you have to satisfy the requirements of free float and liquidity. For free float, a company's free float shares must be 12% of its outstanding shares at the end of the 12-month period. While for liquidity, to be eligible for the PSEi, the stocks of the company must rank among the top 25% in terms of median daily trades per month in 9 out of the 12 months that are under review. So if you look at it, that one of the largest things that are being considered to be part of the index, if you notice this, market cap, free float, liquidity. There's no context there about P ratios, there's no context about dividends, ROE, increasing earnings, etc. Anyways, let's continue. Full market capitalization. Companies that pass public float and liquidity eligibility requirements are ranked from highest to lowest. The full market cap is computed using volume-weighted average price of the company's stock price during the 12-month review period. The 30 companies based on full market cap are to be included in the PSEi. The remaining eligible companies shall form part of the reserve list. We're going to talk more about that later. But I just want to share this. Out of the 200 plus companies in the PSE, it means that they're force ranked. The one that has the highest percentage allocation in the index are the ones that have the highest market cap. So as what I said earlier, it does not mean you give the best dividends. It does not mean that your profitability is amazing. It does not mean that your growth in terms of sales and net income is increasing. The way they would add you to the PSEi and the way they would rank you, the way you would have influence in the PSEi is pretty much based on how big your market cap is. Now, I mentioned at the start that the PSEi gets rebalanced every 6 months. The rebalancing happens every March and every September. So that means also there will be some price action if there will be some stocks that will be taken out. There will be some price action also if there will be some stocks that will be added to the index. But please remember, March and September. And the reason why I'm making this a bit generic also, so that if you watch this video 2 years from now, it will be applicable. I'm not putting the date anymore into this. Next, rules for insertions and removals. A company shall be inserted in the PSE if it rises above the 25th position by full market cap. Remember what I said, ranking. If the company is outside the PSEi, then suddenly, in terms of ranking, in terms of market cap, it suddenly becomes the number 25. Then they will be added into the PSEi. So please remember, this is so important for you to know. People always say, pag tinanggal ka sa PSEi, you're a bad company already, but not necessary. People always say that if you are added to the PSEi, you're a good company. But if you look at this very carefully, the only way for you to be added if you're not part of the PSEi is by ranking in terms of market cap, you become top 25. Then that's when you replace the company that ranks in the lowest in the top 30. If you're a good company, it has nothing to do if you're giving dividends. We're here to break a lot of the misconceptions, and I hope you get this. I hope that while you're watching this, there's an aha moment, guiding light moment. No, joke lang, walang guiding light moment. Next, a company shall be deleted from the PSEi if it falls below the 35th position by full market cap, and it shall be replaced by the company with the highest market capitalization among those included in the reserve list. So meaning 30 stocks, then may reserve list. I'm going to talk about the reserve list in a bit. If you fall below the 35th position, that's when you get out of the PSEi. So what does that mean? If you are 35th in terms of market cap, you fall below 35th, you're out. There's no rule saying that you are out if you're a bad company. There's no rule saying that you are out if your earnings are bad. There's no rule saying that you are out because of this in terms of your earnings. The only time you get out if you're ranked lower than the top 35. So I hope you're getting this. I'll repeat this. You get into the PSEi if your market cap reaches the top 25. You get out of the PSEi if your market cap reaches below the top 35. That's the way you get added. Now, I talked about the reserve list. Remember, the PSEi has 30 stocks. You have 5. That's called your reserve list. Kumbaga sa basketball, they're your bench. Kumbaga sa Miss Universe, they're the first runner-up and second runner-up. That if the winner gets taken out or won't be able to fulfill their duties, the first runner-up, the second runner-up gets to take the place. Or in basketball, if you are part of the first 5 na injure, na foul out, or you cannot fulfill your duties anymore, the people in the bench get to play. That's the reserve list. So top 30, then your reserve list. Again, if you fall below the top 35, the number 31 will take the spot to be the number 30. Or another way is, if you're number 33, then suddenly you jump to 25, you're in the index, the previous 30 will be out. So that's how it's done. It's basically just forced ranked. You have to get that. And I hope you're getting that. And I hope you're learning from all of this. Now, it's going to get even juicy. What does this mean for you as an investor? To be honest, nothing. Why? Because the fundamentals does not change. You could be in the index, but nothing has changed in the company. You can be out of the index, but nothing has changed also in the company. So please remember this. Being part of the index does not mean you are a fundamentally sound company. Being out of the index also does not mean that you are a bad company. Which means that if you want to watch your stocks on an individual basis, you still have to study it. You still have to know your fundamentals. Nothing beats hard work. Nothing beats doing the research, trying to learn what you are getting into. So every time people say that, oh, bilhin mo na lang yung index, yun na yun. Totoo, madami doon. They're really, really good companies, but that's not the reason why they were part of the index. Pwede mo sabihin, hindi sabi ni Guiding Light. Joke lang, walang Guiding Light. Anyways, di pa rin ako makaget over sa joke na yun, and the fact that comment kayo ng comment about it, natatawa lang talaga ako. Natatawa lang talaga ako, tapos nung inedit siya, may anyways, but how does this impact the stock? And I think this is something that's worth discussing. It may not impact the fundamentals of the company, but this is how it impacts the stock. You have to remember, there are index funds, and you also have the FM ETF that tracks the composition of the index. Meaning, if you remove one stock and you replace it with another, that means that mutual fund, that index fund, that ETF has to follow the exact composition. So what does that mean? If meron tinanggal, they also have to remove it in their fund. Meaning, they will have to sell all their positions out. If they sell all of their positions, what does that mean? More sellers bring the prices down. then the stock also gets sold down. I repeat, when mutual funds track the index and a stock is taken out, they will also have to take it out. For them to take it out, they will have to sell. If they sell, as you all know, for all of the videos that I created, more sellers bring the prices down. And in the same way, when a stock is added to the index, that mutual fund, that index fund, the ETF has to track it, and they also have to add it, meaning they will have to buy. And if you've watched my videos, read my books, attend my seminars, more buyers bring the prices up. So that's why stocks would go down when they're taken out from the index, and that's why a stock that's added would go up. It does not mean that the company is ugly. It does not mean also that the company is good. That's all there is to it. So that's what we've talked about so far. We talked about rebalancing misconceptions. As you all know, daming misconceptions, right? Next, who can be part of the index? What does this mean as an investor? How does this impact the stock? Guys, memorizing nyo ito lahat kasi pag may birthday party, ang dami yung baon na kwento. Did you know that the index is not based on fundamentals? It's based on market cap, diba? So, yun. I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope you guys are learning. Again, if you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section. If it's a personal question, slide the DM via Instagram. And if you're new to this, my name is Marvin Girmo. Hindi talaga ako nag-joke. Ngayon lang ako nag-joke. Pero, I hope you got something from this. May aral at may baon kayo napupulot from my channel. And if you like more of this, like, share, subscribe. By the way, I have a second channel. It's called Stock Investing Made Easy. You can go there. That's where all the stocks by request are. And I'll put the link in the description. I also have 5 books for those who want to learn more about the basics of the market, the fundamentals of the market, the technicals of the market. They're all discussed on those books. They're available in Shopee. They're in the description below. For those who want to invest in US markets, you can click the link for eToro. It will allow you to buy Facebook, Amazon, and other US stocks as well. Then 2 online courses. One is with Chinkitan. It's the basics of the stock market in Tagalog. Then another online course with Sean Si. It's called Make Money, Grow Money. It's an English course talking about business, investing, and entrepreneurship. The other playlist that I have from technical, fundamental analysis, and everything else in between. Comment below what's your greatest takeaway from all of this. Comment below that you're learning. Comment below kung lumalaban ba tayo kay Erwan Yusuf o hindi. Comment below kung makapal lang talaga yung mukha ko. But I hope this added tremendous value to all of you. I hope that this is something that helped you and removed a lot of the misconceptions, because this is what I know. A lot of people trade and invest without studying what they're getting into. And because of that also, when some person says something and they don't really know the full context of it, it's easy to believe. And that's why I keep doing videos like this. If you've noticed it, I don't want to give you fish. This is not a channel for stock picks. This is not a channel for stock tips. This is a channel to equip you so you get to decide it on your own. So that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years along the line, you will have your own conviction on how you can trade the markets. And I like messages like what Stephanie Cruz said, no, hindi yung pambobola niya sa akin, but that she made 58% in spite of the recession. And that's what's amazing. Thank you so much to everyone who watched this. And I hope this video helped you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.